Hey guys, it's Dave, your mortgage guy.com, and let's talk about why the seller may not have accepted your offer because you're doing an FHA loan, okay? I get this question a lot for home buyers when they may lose out on an offer, and it's, well, they're not taking any FHA offers or they don't want FHA offers, right? And so I want to give you kind of some of the backstory, some of the information to know going into making an offer, okay? And some of these are rumors that have been in the industry and some of these are factual information. So number one is many times the seller's agent can perceive that an FHA client is not as strong of a buyer than maybe a conventional loan, okay? Why is that? Well, maybe it's less down payment. Maybe they're assuming it's a credit score thing. Maybe they're assuming you have a high debt to income ratio. Sometimes they're going to default that you may not have the additional money to pay if the home doesn't appraise. Okay. So when you're making an offer and if it's in a competitive market and you're losing out on homes going, getting an FHA loan, you really want to maybe present your financial strength, right? Which is going to be a pre-approval letter from a reputable lender, right? You're going to want to work with a realtor who's really going to help sell your offer. You may even want to show that you have the additional money if there is concern that the home may not appraise. Okay, that's going to strengthen your offer. The other thing is this: if the home does not appraise, and that buyer is to back out of the home, that FHA appraisal will stay with the home for 6 months, meaning any client who goes to buy that home in the next 6 months has to use that same FHA appraisal, okay? So that right there can be perceived as a negative, obviously, because if the home doesn't appraise, let's say they're selling it for $250 and only sold for $240. They know no matter what offer they get from an FHA buyer, they're going to be stuck with that old appraisal. That's a concern for them, okay? The additional thing is this: on FHA loans, the seller must be on title for over 90 days before you start the FHA loan process, okay? It's called the 90-day rule. This is really aimed at people who are flipping the property, okay? So a buyer buys it, does some work, wants to sell it in 2 months. If it's an FHA loan, they'd have to wait an additional month before they accept any FHA offers, all right? This also would be for any company who had bought the home and is now selling it, such as Open Door, Zillow, things like that. So even though it's not a flipped home in the usual sense, it still falls under that. So you may see we're not accepting any FHA offers on this home until X, right? And that's why, because of this rule. Now, let's talk about FHA loans versus conventional. When you go to get pre-approved for a mortgage, I would want to know all of my options, good, bad, or indifferent, okay? If your credit score is maybe iffy or not excellent, and the FHA loan gives you better terms, so maybe a better interest rate, I would still want to look at a conventional loan and see what those terms are. Here's why. What's the best loan for you is the loan that's going to get your offer accepted, okay? So if that means I have to go and do a conventional loan to get my offer accepted, I'm going to go that route. I've worked with clients where, yes, the FHA loan option gave them better terms. It looked better. But when they found their dream home and the seller said, we're not taking FHA, period. If you do conventional, we'll accept your offer. I've had clients want that change immediately so their offer gets accepted, okay? So it's very important you know your offer is going into it. Don't blindly just take a pre-approval letter from a lender and say, okay, hey, this is what I have. You also want to work with a great realtor who knows how to negotiate, has experience, and knows what it takes to do the work to get your offer accepted. Because if a seller gets 12 offers, they're not actually looking for the best offer out of that group. They're probably looking at which offers are most concerning or not as good and removing those. And if FHA could be one of those factors that agent is looking for to say, hey, I don't want to take any FHA offers on this property. Let's stick to what we perceive to be easier or maybe cleaner type situations. You're going to lose out on that offer. You want an agent who's going to go to bat for you and say, hey, what does my client need to do to get their offer accepted? Right? And then they're going to find out, well, we would like a conventional loan. We'd like more down payment. We would like to know your client can pay the difference if maybe it doesn't appraise. You want to exhaust all those options, okay? So those are the reasons why many times a seller will not want to accept your FHA offer is because of that, right? And it's good to know this information so you know what you're up against when you go out into the market. All right? Call or email if you need anything. Comment down below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you find my videos helpful, I'd love to be your lender. Thanks, guys.